And hello and welcome to the Penn Jersey Roller Derby live feed of our first home game of the season. I'm Special Ed, and I will be your announcer for this event. It's going to be a really, really good mashup. Now, today we actually have our just graduated rookie program that's going to take the track for their first live game. And we also have guest skaters visiting in from the leagues of Bucksmouth. We have Brandywine. And they're going to be joining us today to get their first couple games under the belt. Now, today's commentary is going to be a little bit slower than normal, and that's just so I can break down certain rules and actually what's going on the track for individuals that have never seen live roller derby before. Right now, we have both teams on the track that are about to start warming up. Our red team, which is going to be coached by Dell and also Monster 3000, are going to be on the side that is closest to the left. And on the right, you have the black team that is coached by Benito and by Scrappy Doo. And while the teams are warming up, I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody. For the red team, skater number 13 is Denise the Menace from Bucksmouth. We have number 1701, Spock and All from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 20, Diggit from Bucksmouth. Number 206, Roxy Balboa from Penn Jersey. Number 212, Doc Ruthless from Penn Jersey. Number 4117, Fresh Air from Brandywine. Number 64, Trigger Warning from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 666, Soulless Samurai from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 7, Southern Discomfort from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 76, Thrust the Process from Bucksmouth. Number 923, Roro from Penn Jersey. Number 934, Mama Bear from Brandywine. Now for the roster for the black team today. We have number 1416, Ruby Rage from Bucksmouth. We have number 144, Penis the Menace from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. We have number 22, Jigsaw from Brandywine. We have number 273, Uller from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 727, Little Seb from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 383, Sham Rocker from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 39, Wicked Divine from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 525, Electric Slide from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 54, San Diego from Penn Jersey Roller Derby. Number 84, Kim Possible from Bucksmouth. Number 920, Anti Up from Bucksmouth. And number 9973, Harshmallow Bluff from Penn Jersey. Alrighty, and we're about to get started with our first half of the game today. Now, for those of you who are just tuning into roller derby for your first time, basically what's going to happen is each team is going to field 5 players. 4 of those players are going to be blockers, and the fifth player is going to be the point scorer, called the jammer. The jammer is designated by the star that's on their helmet, and what their job is to do is to get past the other team's blockers. The first go-around, the jammers are trying to battle it out to see who can get through the pack the first. Once they get through the pack, they then get the title as lead jammer. And lead jammer means that they are able to call the jam off at any time possible. And it looks like, in this case, Roro is the lead jam, and Ullr's out right behind her. Both teams are about to enter that pack again to start scoring some points. And as you see, Roro tapped her hips to signal that she was calling off the jam, trying to make sure that the black team did not get any points. And in that case, she was able to pick up 2 points, and black was not able to get any. Next up on the line, we have Fresh Air taking the jammer star for red, and Wicked Divine is the jammer for black, and Wicked was able to get out of the pack first, obtaining lead jammer. And Wicked is skating back into the pack for a scoring pass. She tiptoes on that inside line, getting knocked out of bounds without being able to get any points there. But black was able to pick up 2 points. So we're going into our third jam of the half with a score of 2-2. Next on the jam line, we have Shamrocker for the black team, skating against Spock and Ah on the red. The black team is doing a good job of holding Spock and Awe in the back there as Shamrocker is pushing her way forward on the red wall. Both jammers still in the pack, trying to fight their way out. But Spock and Awe finds a lane on the outside and is able to skate out to become your lead jammer, as Shamrocker is still caught behind the red wall. Soul Samurai doing a good job of making sure that she can't get by. And Spock and Awe pushing through on that inside line for 4 points, as Shamrocker is still battling that red wall. Looks like Shamrocker has taken off her panty and given it to the pivot, San Diego, who is now going to be your jammer as she fights that red wall trying to get out. And Spock and Awe is going back in for another scoring pass. And San Diego able to get out of the pack. And Spock and Awe skates through for another 4 points before calling the jam off before San Diego is able to score anything there. Looks like the red team was able to score 8 points on that last jam, bringing the score to black 2, red leading at 10. Next up on the jam line, we have Roro for the red team versus Lil Seb for the black team. Lil Seb able to tiptoe on that inside line to get lead jam, as Roro is still being called up in the pack by the black team, but she's able to go ahead and find her way out as Lil Seb swings through for 4 points. And Little Seb calls it off as both jammers were entering to go back into the pack, trying to preserve some points there. Little Seb was able to put up 4 points of his own, bringing the score to Black 6, Red 10. Next on the jammer line, we have Wicked Divine skating against Denise the Menace for the red team. Wicked Divine able to push her way through the pack and his lead jam. Wicked Divine going back into the pack on her scoring pass. Got 2 more to beat. Tiptoes on that outside line, scores all 4 points. The black team not making it easy for red team's jammer to get out. Still working on their initial pass to get through. Penis the Menace able to hold that inside line so she could not get out. But as Wicked Divine scores another point. And the red jammer is out of the pack, going in for a scoring pass as Wicked Divine is being held up by Solar Samurai and Southern Discomfort. On her scoring pass, red jammer is able to score some points, putting up 4 points as Wicked Divine cuts out for her own 4 points. And right now we're looking at a lead change from Wicked Divine, and Denise the Menace able to score another 4 points. As Wicked Divine calls off the jam. Black team was able to put up 13 points on that last jam to Red's 8 points, which means we have a lead change. Black is now sitting at 19. Red is at 18. Next on the jam line, we have Shocker for the black team versus Spock and Awe on the red team. Both jammers take the inside line, but Shocker's able to push her way through to grab lead jammer, and Spock and Awe is right on her heels. She calls off the jam before either jammer is able to get to the pack in order to preserve the points. Next on the jam line, we have Uller for the black team versus Fresh Air for the red team. Fresh Air, one of our guest skaters coming in from Brandywine. Now, Uller has a slight advantage because 2 of the black blockers were in the box, but Fresh Air is able to muscle his way through the pack and gets lead jam, but Uller's right on his heels. Fresh Air skating on the inside, taking that inside line, collecting all 4 points, and calling off the jam before Uller is able to pick up any points for his zone. And we have another lead change. Score is now black 19, red 22. Next on the jam line, we have Roro for the red team versus Lil Seb for black. We've got an empty penalty box, so both teams are going to be starting with full blockers, and that's the whistle. Roro pushing on that pack, and Lil Seb trying to take that inside line. He tiptoes through, getting lead jammer as Roro is fighting her way through, getting caught up on that inside line. Roro goes and tries to take the outside, getting taken down as Little Seb goes back into the pack to score some points. Little Seb getting 4 points as Roro is fighting her way through to the inside line, trying to get through her initial pass. Little Seb taking the outside lane for 4 more points. And Roro makes her way through the pack and is now on her scoring pass as Little Seb enters the pack one more time, trying to get another 4 more points, and he does, looking at the box to see if whether he should call it or not. As Roro's going in for her scoring pass. You see the Little Seb looking at his bench coach, trying to get some directions, and he does as he does a little hop, skip, and jump over the apex, getting 4 points and then calling it off. But that's not to say that it was a shutout for Red, because Roro was able to score 3 points of her own, and it looks like we have another lead change. Black was able to score 16 points on that last jam, bringing their total to 35, and Roro's 3 points brings Red to 25. And in this jam, looks like we have trigger warning for the Red team, skating against Wicked Divine for Black. Both teams have all their blockers on the track, making it hard for both jammers, but Wicked Divine is able to hop skip on the outside line and establishing lead jam, as Trigger Warning is still making her way through the pack, and Trigger Warning is able to skate on out to begin working on their scoring pass, but Wicked Divine is already on her scoring pass, getting caught up by Soulless Samurai, being forced to call off the jam before Trigger Warning is able to score. But Black was able to pick up 1 point on that one, bringing the score to 36 to 25. We've got 28. Looks like we are going to have an official review. The officials need to talk some things over. And it looks like Hijinks was going over to the Black team's bench, issuing a penalty from that last jam. So that means Black team is going to be starting down